feel like a teenage boy with my... Anyways. Hi everyone, it's Emma. Today I'm going to talk about some of my current favorites. As it is summertime, we are currently smack in the middle of summer. I have some different favorites than I feel like I have the rest of the year. I think I maybe say that every season because I am such a mood reader, a mood watcher, so I've been trying to do these more often. So currently I have some book faves, some random faves, I have a YouTube fave, and I really wanted to talk about them because I'm just loving them, enjoying them so much, and I wanted to share with you guys. I think I need to pin my hair back. This is driving me crazy. There we go. That feels a little better. Current not favorite is my hair, but I will talk about that a little bit later. So my first favorite, as always, is a book, and it's What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. I'm currently in the middle of this book. I've got about 100 pages left, and I'm loving it so much. This is the closest that I have come to The Sun Is Also a Star level of loving a contemporary. I know that there is a lot of hype surrounding this book, so just bear with me. I'm just gonna tell you what I love about it, and maybe it'll be enough to convince you to just let the hype slide because it is really a fun read. I like Becky Albertalli's books, but I've never read Adam's books, but I was super curious to see what they would be like as co-authors. So I started reading this book only vaguely aware of the fact that it takes place in New York City, which you guys know is my favorite place on earth. Contemporaries set in New York City, I love them so much because to me, New York City is the setting for a YA contemporary. Like when you're there, it feels like I'm living a YA contemporary. So when I read them, I'm like, yes, I believe this. True love is real because you can feel it when you're in New York City. The biggest thing that I love about this book is just the setting and all the New York pop culture references. Like there's so many references to Hamilton, and Books of Wonder is mentioned, which is one of my favorite bookstores in the city. There's this part very much so in the beginning where one of the characters, Arthur, mentions that it is totally socially unacceptable to sing any song from Dear Evan Hansen in public in New York, and that is just such a New York thing. It's just so uncool if you're like that Broadway fangirl slash fanboy in New York City. The basic gist of this one is that this boy Arthur is in New York City for just a summer. He's doing an internship, he's there with his parents, he is 16, 17 I believe. And then this boy Ben is a native to New York City. He lives there, he goes to school there. He is currently in summer school with his ex-boyfriend. So Arthur and Ben have a meet cute at the post office, literally as Ben is trying to send his ex-boyfriend his stuff back. It could not be a more inopportune time, not to mention the fact that Arthur is wearing a hot dog tie. They chat and they have this instant connection, but they don't get each other's numbers, they don't get each other's social media handles, they just go separate ways and then think about each other for a long time. So then we follow them as they kind of try to find each other slash wonder if they should just give up. What if it's fate? What if it's the universe? But what if it was just a coincidence that they met? The only thing is that these characters feel a little older than they are. They're only 16, but I kind of wish they had been like right out of high school, young college age, or like high school transitioning to college age. But maybe that is just because it's in New York City, and teenagers in New York City do tend to feel a little bit older and more independent. It has been the perfect summer read for me, however, it does not come out till October 18th. I actually do not have a current manga or anime favorite, but I did want to do an honorable mention because Astra Lost in Space Volume 3 just came out recently. I have not read it yet because I'm waiting to buddy read it with Ashley from Ashley Outpaged. We will get to that buddy read soon, Ashley. But I love this series and I know that as soon as I read this one, it is going to be a favorite, so I just wanted to shout it out there because it's the manga that I'm most thinking about, most looking forward to, most going to be loving in the soon near future. My next current fave is actually an app, and it is the app Ampersand. This is a new reading app and they are actually sponsoring this video. Thank you Ampersand for sponsoring this video. So Ampersand is a new reading app where you can discover extra content from authors that you love. I had the opportunity to meet the Ampersand team at BookCon and talk to some of them and get to try out the app before it even came out, and I was so excited for it, so excited for what this app is like. And now that it is out and I have access to it on my phone, I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it because it is so fun and I hope that you guys will enjoy using it as well. Basically, this app is made to be like extra content books that authors sometimes publish, like Camp Half-Blood guides, that kind of thing. Ampersand is basically that, but on an app. So when you open the app, you can go to all the different authors that are listed. As you can see, Susan Dennard is the first one, and she is the one who I've been most loving her content on the app. You'll have things like a brief guide to sight witches, understanding threads, on warfare, cons and heists, untold adventures, anything from deleted scenes to canon in-story journal entries from the characters. It is like all behind the scenes info on her different writings, mostly the Truth Witch series. However, the other cool thing that Ampersand has is they will post books in progress from authors. So Susan Dennard's book in progress that she is currently working on that is not a part of the Truth Witch series is called Screechers, and you can literally go and check out a couple chapters from the book that she's currently working on. It is not posted yet. I'm actually set to get a notification when it gets posted because at the moment there's just a note from Susan that says that she is on deadlines for Blood Witch, and as soon as she is done with that, she will be posting the first couple chapters of her current work in progress. As in, someday this book is going to be published and we will all read it. The first chapters will be slightly different than the ones that you read in here because it is not done yet, like not edited. Like this is a first draft book that Susan Dennard is letting you read through this app. You guys know that I am an obsessive journaler, and one of my favorite things that I've found on this app was actually from Lauren Oliver, and it was just titled Musings, and when I went in and looked at what it was, it is literally her journal entries. The little intro that she had written there says, "My journals are where I corral nearly all my ideas, from scraps of dialogue to plot ideas to character descriptions to recipes and guest lists for cookouts. The Ampersand team thought they were fun to read and worth sharing, so here are a few sample pages out of thousands for your perusal." That's basically how I do my journals, so when I read that, I thought it was so interesting and I just couldn't wait to look through, and it is all actually pictures of like her journal written out in her handwriting. That is just a very small piece of all the content that is available on this app. So if you want to check it out yourself, I will leave a link down in the description box where you can download the app yourself. One of the cool things is that it is also a way to read books. So there are a couple ebooks that you can actually read on the app. So recently I was in the LAX airport and I didn't have anything to read because I had finished the only book that I brought with me to VidCon, and I was very early because holla TSA pre-check. And so I opened the Ampersand app and just casually started rereading Pride and Prejudice, aka one of my all-time favorite books. And it was so much fun. It was such a cool way to keep me occupied and I still got to read, and it just was there for me waiting in the Ampersand app. Moving on! The next of my current favorites is the reason I have not been posting a lot of videos recently. I apologize for the lack of videos the past couple weeks. I was traveling and then I got home and I was recovering from the trip, and then my mind got consumed by writing. That's right, my current favorite is writing. A lot of you guys know that I write poetry and I write a lot of poetry. However, I have been working on my current poetry collection and like actually editing down those poems and trying to craft it into a well-organized story arc of a poetry collection for a while now, and it just wasn't really clicking in for me. I couldn't figure out what I wanted the arc to be because I write poems so often, usually about my life experiences, and it's not like I can do one poetry collection of like my whole life so far. But recently when I got back from VidCon, what I wanted the arc of this poetry collection to be clicked into my head. I wrote something like 60 poems in 2 days. I've been staying up till like midnight every night for the past week writing and editing poems and putting them into like an actual poetry collection. And I'm so excited about it! I'm planning to make some more videos exclusively about writing poetry in the near future. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I get questions from you guys all the time about how I write poetry and what the process is like, and I do not tend to answer those questions, but I've gotten to the point that I'm far enough into my work in progress that I'm ready to share with you guys. So if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. I also tend to share my poems more often on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you will probably see my poems popping up in the near future. I literally posted one yesterday, but I'm also planning to try and incorporate them into my videos. But yes, writing and poetry and my current poetry collection, which I'm not going to share the title work in progress yet, is one of my current favorites. I've been thinking about it so much, I've been so excited about it, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. My next favorite is simultaneously a music favorite and a YouTuber favorite. I have been a fan of Tessa for a while now, but I was always like a casual follower. I never watched all of her videos, but I remember way back when she did that Harry Potter song, and then she kind of rebranded herself from Mika Kitty into Tessa. But recently she released a new single called Crush. Basically, half the booktubers that I know were like posting about this song and saying you had to listen to it and it was such a bop. So I did, and then I went back and re-listened to all of her old music, and then I went back and rewatched like every video of hers. I haven't seen all her videos, but I've seen all the recent ones and I've seen all her music videos a couple times. Music-wise, my favorite songs, which you can find on Spotify, are Crush, Haze, and I Don't Get to Say I Love You Anymore. I love her music, I love her lyrics, I love the way she dances, I relate to everything she says so much. She made this video called What Is Love, which I will link down in the description box, and it is basically everything that I love about her because she talks very openly, but not in a way that like draws attention to herself, about the things she thinks about what she believes, and life thoughts, just that kind of thing. And that is what I love to watch in YouTubers. My favorite of her videos are the ones where she just like does her makeup and talks about whatever is on her mind. So I will link her channel and Spotify down in the description box if you guys want to check her out as well. I'm also going to see her in concert in September. She is opening for Dodie, who I also love, and I'm going to see them together. Now I have a TV show favorite, which is kind of rare for me, but I have recently been rewatching one of my old favorite shows called New Girl. If you like Jane the Virgin or Friends, then you will love New Girl. It is hilarious. Like, I laugh so hard while watching this show, but it's also surprisingly sweet. It's about this girl who moves into an apartment with 3 guys and they all start rooming together, and it is just their friendship stuff. I had watched up until, I forget what season it is, but I'll just say the wedding episode. I had watched up until the wedding finale episode, and I never watched the final season, but it has been so long that I started rewatching from the beginning. I just finished season 1, and I'm planning to continue and go all the way through and rewatch all the seasons until I get to the finale season. What I love about it is just the combination of it being so hilarious and over the top and crazy and like nothing that would ever happen in real life, but also being really sweet and having a lot of good themes about friendship and falling in love and like having dreams and trying to get a job and having aspirations. It just kind of covers all the bases of like adult life, and yet these 30-year-olds are so immature, which is why it's so funny. This has just been bringing a little bit of light into my life. And my last favorite is very random. It is just headbands, which I'm not wearing a headband right now. I probably should have planned to wear a headband. Some of you have noticed this because literally nothing gets by you, but I'm currently growing out my hair just a little bit. It's still going to be short. I'm not growing it out long. I just am a little tired of the pixie cut for now. I will probably go back to the pixie cut, but I'm just growing it out a little to get a bit of change, which means that it is currently in that awkward, not a pixie cut, not a bob, kind of a bowl cut stage. So my solution recently has been headbands and like head scarves. I will go put one on and show you guys what I mean. I've been doing this a lot. I think I got this scarf at like Urban Outfitters or Forever 21 or somewhere. It's just a square handkerchief and I roll it up and then tie it around my head. Sometimes I put the little bow in the back and sometimes I put it in the front, but it makes my hair feel done and cute even in the like overgrown stage that it is currently in. I've also been wearing a lot of regular style headbands, like these ones that I wore when I was a kiddo, but I don't have a lot of those and I find them to be more uncomfortable. So this has kind of been my daily look and I'm really enjoying it. It's nice to have things in my hair again because when my hair is super short, I don't really do anything with it. Like I don't accessorize, I don't blow dry it, but the longer it gets, the more effort I've been putting into it. And that is kind of nice sometimes, which is why I'm excited to have a little bit longer hair so I can actually like do things with it and do braids and all that, because when my hair was really long, I did like really intricate braids on myself. I would wear crown braids a lot and I would do ballet buns and all that kind of stuff that you can't do with really short hair. Although I love short hair, I will never go back to having long hair. I just want it a little longer than the short that it's been. I don't think I'm going to take this off for the rest of the video. I kind of like it. Today's tea flavor is Orange Blossom. It is one of my faves, although I always have to put a little bit of honey in it, and it kind of matches my dress. My mug does. I'm in this floral thing today, I guess. And my last favorite is my phone / my phone case. I recently switched from an iPhone, which I've only ever used Apple products my entire life, and I recently switched to a Google Pixel 2. I was really nervous about switching because I've always been like Apple all the way, but I was getting super fed up with Apple's iCloud problems, like running out of storage space and not knowing what to do with my pictures, and just all the glitches that come along with Apple phones, iPhones. So my dad convinced me to switch to a Pixel, and I have to say it is one of the best decisions that I've made within the past couple years. I love it so much. I am now that person that is like telling all of my friends to get Pixel phones. It is just so not glitchy. It is so fast. It does everything better. I like the emojis better. The camera quality is beyond amazing, which was one of the first things that sold me on switching over. I haven't taken any of my Instagram pictures with my camera since I got this phone. I sincerely believe that this phone has made me more aesthetic. My other favorite is my phone case. Look how cute! I got 2 phone cases when I got this phone. I got this clear one that I will put a pop socket on, and then I got this flower one from Etsy. I will link it down below. It is actually real dried flowers in my phone case, which is the most on-brand Miss Emma Reads-a-Lot thing I have ever found in my whole life. And I love it so much. It is pink and yellow. It has purple flowers, little daisies, and then cherry blossoms, I think. And I believe that it's hand custom made to which one you pick. Like there are different flower designs that you can choose, and I think they make it to order when you order it. So I will link it down below. It was not insanely expensive. It is a little bit heavy. Like I wouldn't say it is the most safe case for my phone, which is why I got that other one, because when I'm traveling, I'll probably switch over to that one so I can have a pop socket and all that good stuff. That is it for my current faves of the season. I will probably do another one of these once I move to New York, which is happening this month, you guys. It's this month! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments one thing that you are loving, whether it is music, books, manga, the type of weather that you're having, whatever it is that is bringing you a little bit of light into your life. Let me know down in the comments so I can share that joy with you. I hope you have a lovely day or night or afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and I will see you in my next video. Started raining while I was filming this video, so I'm sorry if the lighting changed. Oh no.